On Sydney's outskirts, Scott has come to assist wildlife carer Morgan with some rescued koalas.
This looks like lovely fodder for a big, fluffy, iconic Australian animal.
It certainly is. Let's hope they approve of the menu selection today.
Morgan is a neonatal nurse and spends most of his spare time volunteering at Wyre's retreat, nursing sick koalas back to health.
How are koala populations getting on?
Koala numbers are plummeting across eastern Australia, and the number one reason is habitat destruction. We need to stop cutting down their trees. Without trees, we don't have koalas.
Koalas are in trouble. They've recently been reclassified as endangered from vulnerable, and they suffer with a bacterial condition called Chlamydia, which reduces their fertility. So koalas are in a lot of danger. So, who have we got here?
So this is Monty.
Hi, Monty.
He's about a 5 to 7-year-old koala that came in suffering from chlamydia.
Oh, really?
And he was in very poor body condition. So we had to feed him up so that he would be able to survive the course of antibiotics. And thankfully he survived, and he's no longer positive for chlamydia. But in the last couple of weeks, he's suddenly lost a lot of weight.
I see we've got some paste here. Does he kind of take his paste very well?
Loves it.
Oh, look, he's perked up no end. Look at this. Yes, look at the good stuff. Are you ready? And just sort of squirt it in?
From just underneath, that's right.
Just underneath, yeah. Oh, wow, good boy. What is this?
So this is just a supplement to go with his natural diet.
Yeah.
Just for the extra calories and extra vitamins.
Yeah, just to build him up a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Certainly the weight loss itself is a really big concern, and we need to get to the underlying cause for this in the hope that we can turn him around.
I'd like to think you're holding my hand in the spirit of friendship, but I think he just wants the food. It's great to see that his chlamydia is improving.
Scott and Morgan have brought both Will and Monty to see a vet who specialises in koalas and often treats the sick or injured residents from the Wyre's retreat.
Sure, thank you.
So we've got 2 koalas for you. Dr. Luke is a vet that works with koalas a lot, and I'm a vet that lives in England, so clearly I don't work with koalas all the time, so it's really great to have an expert like Dr. Luke by my side. There's a very, very handsome chap, except for that very sore eye.
In this area we get koalas come in to care for a few different reasons. The main complaint is chlamydiosis, so a bacterial infection that affects their eyes, their urogenital tracts and their ability to breed. We'll have a look at that, see what we can do for him.
Great.
First, Scott and Luke are going to examine Monty to find out why he's gone off his food and lost a worrying amount of weight.
It's very ingenious koala weigh station. I love it. 5.6 kilograms of koala.
Next, Monty goes under a general anaesthetic so the vets can take a close look at his mouth.
Like an expectant mum. In order to examine Monty, we first need to give him an anaesthetic, so we gas him down. I kind of hold him like a baby, which is really quite nice. And once he's nicely anaesthetised, we can then get to grips with his physical exam.
He's got quite a lot of wear in his front 2 teeth there.
So he's an old boy.
Yeah, so that area of gingivitis there is abnormal.
So, I mean, there's definitely a hole there, a massive hole. Looking into Monty's mouth, there's quite a nasty area of infection. It's bleeding. There's basically a hole in his gum, and that's a cause of great concern.
If we find an abscess, that would definitely explain his weight loss, because he just wouldn't be eating as much, right?
Yes, correct. If it is, the good thing is we can look at potentially taking the tooth out, which would make him much more comfortable.
Yeah, and then eat more, put on some weight, go out to the wild.
Yes, so we'll x-ray that and then we can have a better idea.
But all of a sudden, the ageing koala starts to deteriorate.
During the course of the anaesthetic and the examination of Monty, I noticed that suddenly he's stopped breathing. I then reach and feel his pulse, and I can't feel it. We immediately jump into action. We turn the anaesthetic off, we give him a fresh blast of oxygen, and I start to rub his chest. And I just don't know if this very sick boy is going to make it.
So his pulse is strengthened now, so that's good.
Thankfully, his pulse starts to strengthen, he starts to breathe better. Monty's okay.
Just a little scare there. So Morgan, how did it make you feel when your little man stopped breathing?
Always scary. It's nerve-wracking when you know that they're crashing and that they're sick, and there's always that very real chance that we may leave him here, and that's the end of it.
With everyone feeling relief,
Got good blood pressure, Morgan.
Excellent.
Scott can now take blood samples for testing. They should reveal if something more serious than dental problems is causing Monty's rapid weight loss.
In this case, there can be far more sinister things like cancer, for example.
Morgan is hoping he isn't forced to make a heartbreaking decision.
Is this the next thing we need to do before we wake up?
When we're looking at euthanizing an animal, it has to be an animal that we cannot treat, or an animal that is going to be in chronic pain. These things ethically we cannot release back into the wild, and the kindest thing in those instances is to put the animal to sleep.
An X-ray will reveal if a tooth abscess is the reason for Monty's poor condition.
I can see just here, there's just a little black spot there, so just almost like a little gap, but all the roots look pretty healthy.
Areas of plaque around the tooth to indicate that there's an abscess sitting behind there.
The good news is that although there is some pockets of pus and infection there, the tooth and the bone around the teeth are all nice and healthy. So that means there is a real glimmer of hope that at some point in the very near future, this guy might be a wild koala once more.
There you go.
Hang on to that. That's it.
All right, just like mum.
Koalas are in serious, serious trouble. But what we can do is try and make a difference in our little corner. And we do that one koala at a time.
If you guys loved that video, great. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel below. That way.